Hi, my name is Craig. I'm a Pisces. I love chihuahuas and Chinese noodles. Let's meet and have a baby now. So, I've been wanting to do a video focusing on my B-52's collection, and today is the day. And I figure there's good reasons, it's Pride Month. Every member of the band is gay or bisexual except one, and just kind of made sense to me. Plus, I love them. I'm proud of my collection. It took me a long time to get what I have, and I'm just gonna go over them, and yeah, let's have some fun with the B-52's. Woo woo. On a side note, I did see they were like way old. I was gonna look at my concerts ticket. If I had to guess, it was probably about 2011, 2013. It was my friend Kimmy and I, and we saw them in a fairly small venue in Seattle called the Showbox, and it was so much fun. And I just remember the whole time I was just thinking, I was like, dang, Keith is like old and he's still so freaking hot. So that was just a thing that kept, and then also thinking like how old Cindy and Kate looked, but still fabulous. And Fred, I feel like he's looked old for years. So we're just gonna get going here. So the band formed in 1976. Their debut album was released in 1979, I believe. That is correct. With Fred Schneider on vocals and keyboards, Kate Pearson, vocals, keyboards, and synth bass, Cindy Wilson, vocals and percussion, Ricky Wilson, guitar, and then Keith Strickland on drums and guitars later. Yeah, their debut album. I feel like this, if you're gonna see a B-52's album on a VC video, it's going to be their debut. I love this record. My brother Kevin is actually the one they introduced my brother John and I to the B-52's, and I mean, I know it was in the early 80s, but Rock Lobster was the very first B-52 song I heard, and just became obsessed with them. This is just probably one of the best debut albums I think ever. I used to have an autographed copy of this, but unfortunately that got lost throughout the years, or stolen, I should say. It starts with Planet Claire. You've got 52 Girls, Dance This Mess Around. Still one of my favorite songs of theirs. You know what's funny about Rock Lobster is I have so many wonderful memories of that song, especially like if we have a wedding or something like that in my family, that song is always played, and my brother John and my brother Kevin are down on the floor shaking about, and and doing the crab on their back or whatever that dance is called, and they are just making fools of themselves, and it is fantastic. I love Lava. I love There's a Moon in the Sky. It's called The Moon. Guys, if you didn't know what The Moon in the Sky was called, well, it's called The Moon. Hero Worship, I love it when I think it's Cindy that does the vocals on it, and she's like just screaming at the top of her lungs, and I think she says, "Are you perverted? Because I'm perverted," or something like that. It's just fantastic. 6060842, because I waited for you, because my your number was on the wall. And then their cover of Downtown. The second album came out in 1980, and that is Wild Planet. I have a hard time, but I think Wild Planet is probably my favorite album of theirs. But then I'll get to other ones, and I'll think that that's probably my favorite album of theirs. So, I don't know, maybe they're all my favorite albums. Of course, and then I should have pointed them out before, but you've got Keith here, Fred, Ricky, Kate, Cindy. Fabulous beehive hairdos. I loved their style and their, yeah. So this is Party Out of Bounds, Dirty Back Road, which is one of my favorites. Give Me Back My Man, Devil in My Car, Quiche Lorraine, Quiche my poodle. It's a whole freaking song about a dog that's been dyed green with a strawberry blonde fall that's left him, and he can't find his quiche Lorraine. Strobe light, want to make love to you under the strobe light. 53 miles west of Venus. That's kind of, I think it's an instrumental. It's something off of the debut album. I can't remember. I think I always turn it off of strobe light because it's just an instrumental. Just fan freaking tastic. Yeah, Dirty Back Roads. That was a song that Heather and I, because I mean, we grew up with those dirty back roads, you know, those like crazy dirt roads, because that's pretty much all we had. We had very few paved roads. They do now, but when I was growing up there, it was very few. And Heather and I would just listen to those songs. She had a Brat, which was like that car pickup hybrid thing that was really weird, and we would just drive around and listen to the B-52’s, and Heather would always, like, you know, a Bananarama song would be playing, or Bengals, or The Cure, and Heather would be like, who is this, the B-52’s? She thought everybody was the B-52’s, and it's like, girl, it sounds nothing like them, but we will still say that, you know, we're like listening to, like, you know, Tool or Ministry, and we'll be like, oh, who is this, the B-52? So it's just a fun little, this is just a little EP. This came out in 1982. It was actually produced by David Byrne. I believe it was supposed to be a full-length album, and I don't know what happened there. Cool little, like, Egyptian-y type thing. You've got each person, of course, I think that's Fred and Keith and Ricky and Cindy and Kate there. Throw that beat in the garbage can. There were different versions, and I'd have to go back and listen to this. I know I have them both digitally, but I feel like obviously the CD version was different, but like Kay can throw that beat in the garbage can, like their longer versions. Deep Sleep is longer. I'm not sure if that if I have that first pressing, or I'd have to actually go back and listen to my album. It's been a while, but I love it. Then they also I did this backwards. This one should have been first, but in 1981 they did a party mix, and it's got this fun little hype sticker on it. It says, this record is strictly dance enhanced. 6 primetime B-52 tracks remixed and remodeled for total danceability. Party mix, mood to the groove, or be removed. Party Out of Bounds, Private Idaho, Give Me Back My Man, Lava, Dance This Mess Around, 52 Girls, so off of the first 2 records. And then Mesopotamia followed that one. In the UK, this was reissued in 19... See, this is in the wrong place too, I think. Yeah, it is. We're gonna come back to, well, I'm already talking about it, and I'm holding it in my hand, so, but this is actually, I'm out of order here. Terrible me. This is the B-52’s. This was reissued. I think the song got popular again in '86, and so in the UK it was reissued as a single with Rock Lobster, Planet Claire, Songs of Future Generation, and Give Me Back My Man. Oh, I want to get it in the right order, and I won't talk about it, and now I'm just ruining I'm ruining everything. Okay, see, I want to say that this is my favorite, but it's not, but it's damn close. 1983, we have Whammy, and Legal Tender, Whammy Kiss, Song for a Future Generation is what I quoted from the beginning, which I think it's actually Cindy that is a Pisces, or is it Kate? No, because I think Kate is a Taurus, and I love tomatoes and black-capped chickadees. Or is it Cindy? Now I can't remember. I'm going to have to go back and listen to it. Let's meet and have a baby to now. Let's meet and have a baby now. Not to now. Let's change it. Let's meet and have a baby to now. Fucking issues. Yeah, but so good. I love Trism. So I haven't been able to. There was a, oh God, late 2000s. There were 3 remix EPs done. I've seen the Wild Planet one once, but they wanted like $80 for it. But it's all these really cool remixes. So Whammy, whatever I just said, Wild Planet and Mesopotamia. They did like these really cool remixes, all this fancy, like really, really cool. So unfortunately in 1985, Ricky and Cindy are brother and sister. Ricky was her older brother. Ricky passed away from AIDS. In the beginning part of that year in 1985, I want to say they started actually so they started recording the album in 1985. There were 3 tracks, I think, that, or no, 2 tracks. One was I believe a Kate solo, and I think that was Housework. And then I think, wasn't Juicy Jungle, which was a Fred solo that were added onto the album. So Keith and Ricky did most of the music for it, and not a lot was done after his passing, but it was not until, I believe, in September of '86, so almost a year after Ricky's death, that they released Bouncing Out to Satellites. I actually have a gold stamp promo of this. It's another one of my favorites, but what's interesting about this, and as I was looking at these, and I kind of wanted to point in, now, Mesopotamia is an EP, so it kind of doesn't count, even though they are technically on the cover, because it's like, you know, Egyptian, cannot speak. Can I ever? No. Blah. And I say, what, because I can't shut it correct. Anyways, so what I found interesting about this is, if you noticed, this is the last album that has Ricky on it. This is the only full-length album of theirs that does not have a picture of the band on the cover. I don't know if there is a significance for that, but I found it quite interesting when I was looking through these, because I never noticed until today. I mean, I've always been very aware of this cover, but I guess I just never realized, like, this was their least successful album. This one was considered a commercial flop and a failure. I think it's fantastic. Summer of Love and Girl from Ipanema Goes to Greenland, those were really big singles. Housework, which I love. She Breaks for Rainbows, Ain't It a Shame, which Sinead O'Connor once covered that song. Fantastic. Theme for a Nude Beach is just, you know, instrumental stuff. Detour Through Your Mind, and What's That on Your Head? A Wig! I said, what's that on your head? I call my little wig Little Lana or something. I can't. I need to go and listen to these all over again. All right, then I do have the 12-inch for Summer of Love, and from what I can tell, it just has like 5 different mixes of Summer of Love. So then we had, so the album obviously was recorded in 1985, Bouncing Out the Satellites. It did not come out until '86, and then they did nothing, so they were going to call it quits. But the 4 remaining members decided that, hey, let's get together, let's do another record. And in 1989, so they started recording in 1988, and 1989, Cosmic Thing came out, and everybody knows this album. Love Shack blew up, and you can't go to a wedding or a high school reunion that was from this era that you're not going to hear Love Shack. And we're back to the band on the album cover. I love this record. People either love it or hate it. Cosmic Thing, I love Dry County, The Deadbeat Club, Love Shack, Junebug, Rome, but yeah, there's not a song I don't like off of this. Follow Your Bliss would probably be my least favorite, and it's not that I don't like it, it's just, it doesn't have words, and I'm just not one for instrumentals. So, then I have the 12-inch single for Rome, which just has 3 remixes and Bushfire off the album. And apparently that is a gold stamp promo as well. Not apparently, it is. Then I Am Living on Channel C. That's the album cover back there. Yeah, just remixes of Channel Z. In 1992, Cindy departed the band and said, you know, I want to focus on my family and raising my kids and things like that. And it is the one and only album as a trio. So no Cindy, this is good stuff. I believe mine is a UK pressing because this was never issued in the US on vinyl. I love this album too. You got Tell It Like a T.I. Is, the Hot Pants Explosion, the title track, Good Stuff, Revolution Earth, Dreamland, Is That You Modine? I think The World's Green Laughter is an instrumental. So, and this is another one where like Vision of a Kiss, Breezing, Bad Influence. Yeah, World's Green Laughter is my least favorite, and it's because it's an instrumental. I love this entire record. I have the 12-inch single for Good Stuff. Give me some of that good stuff. Good stuff. They also were in the Flintstones movie as the B-52’s, and that was just the 3 of them. I have the 12-inch single for Revolution Earth, and then 16 years since their last album, 19 years since Cosmic Thing in 2008. Oh, You Broke My Heart at the Funplex came out. And we have the 4 remaining members finally back together for what is to be their last album. They are doing another, I think they're doing their, like, not reunion, their farewell tour right now without Keith. In 2012, he decided he didn't want to tour anymore. I think he has showed up a few times here or there. So maybe the concert I went to was 2011 then, because he was there. Look, he even looks freaking hot there. Hot Corner, Juliet of the Spirit. Yeah, Funplex is the song I like the best off of this. Eyes Wide Open is great. It's not the best, but okay, that's interesting. Oh, according to this is, oh no, 2008, 2007, 2008, but yeah. Oh my God, I thought I would be able to do, we're gonna get this under 20 minutes. Okay, then I just have, this was Record Store Day. I don't remember what year this came out. I'm pretty sure Shane got this for me. This is live from August 24th, 1979. So I just have some of their earlier classics, just off the first 2 records. So, oh yeah, because it has Running Around and Strobe Light, Private Idaho, and Devil on My Car, and this was done before Wild Planet was released. Then we have Live Rockin' Rockets from 1998, and that's all 4 of them again. And this is another Record Store Day that I believe Shane got this for me as well. This is really good. And lastly, so Cindy did a solo album in 2017 called Change or Changes. Kate did one in 2015 called Guitars and Microphones. I'd eventually like to have both of those on vinyl, but I do not. Fred had 2 solo albums. I don't have the second one, but I do have Fred and the Shake Society because this has, there's a monster in my pants and it does a naughty dance. Monster, oh, monster, oh. So B-52's have obviously been a member of my family, my life for many moons. If I had to guess, I probably started listening to them probably 85, 86, I think is when my brother Kevin introduced them to us. It could have even been earlier than that. I think about like their age now, you know, Fred is 70, Kate is 74, Cindy is 65, Keith is 68, and they were all just so young and crazy, you know, and now they're just old and crazy, but it's just, amazing that over half of my life this band has been a part of it. So more than, yeah, a long fucking time. So hopefully this was somewhat enjoyable and watchable, and always thanking you